meeting Tyler Shullick for the first time. I've chatted with him on the phone before. Of course, he only runs some races here and there. He missed a show earlier this race that was a rescheduled one, but he did pick up a race last weekend that we raced. So how we been, man?
Good. Just busy, but happy to be here.
Nice. First time at this place. Initial thoughts. What are you thinking? Does it remind you of any place you've been?
Lorain County. I grew up racing in Lorain County. I've got a lot of laps there in a modified, and we had a lot of speed there in the spring when we raced with the Super. So yeah, for initial thoughts is Lorain County.
All right. How are we doing as far as our comfort level? I know we won, but are we at that point, do you think? I mean, because it was a first-year team, a brand new car. I don't think a lot of people expected you to win. Did you?
I wouldn't say expected, but I knew we had the potential with Jim and Jimmy. They bring the most beautiful race car that's the most well prepared every week. So from the time we started and got going, and Jim started putting the car back together after getting welded, I knew we had the potential to go win. So there was never a doubt in my mind that we, as a team, could go and do it.
And this is to look at the car too. So beautiful looking race car. Was it fast right out of the box, or did we have some things to work on between you and the race car?
Yeah, we had speed. We've had speed every night. We've unloaded. There was times that that I held the car back and just wasn't comfortable, and and then we just had to work on balance, most anything. And then me and Jimmy learning each other, and and becoming a good team and meshing together. But I think that's flown together really well, the last few weeks, and even from the start. So I feel like we've really come a long way in the last couple of weeks.
What do you mean by balance? Is it balance with time and the busy schedule you keep, or balance with finding what you want and what they can do with the car?
Yeah, more or less just the car. That's the biggest thing is finding what the car wants, or what I like to feel later in a run or early in a run.
I see.
And it was a brand new car, so we didn't coming into this year. We really didn't have a notebook for this car. Jim's got a ton of experience. Jimmy's got a ton of experience with Supermodifieds and cars that he's built in the past, but for this particular car, there was no, open a book and, well, this worked last week.
Right.
So, it was all trial and error, and there's a lot of time, whatever Jim and Jimmy think is on the right path.
Some guys have said that that's one of the more frustrating things to go through, but others have told me that when you start to get it, it's one of the more exciting things to start with a blank notebook. Which has it been for you?
It's been exciting. It's all their past experience with different cars and cars that they have built together has helped a ton, and just the experience of them going to a racetrack and knowing what to expect later in the night has helped me as a driver, knowing what I'm getting into before I get there. So, but yeah, it's been exciting and rewarding to get notes and to fall back on them, and they help when you look back at the notebook.
So when you come in and you say, gee, the thing really got loose at the end of the run, Jimmy and Jim know what to do, and they tell you, and that's the part that is somewhat familiar to them, right?
Yeah, and that's been a huge help to me, just being able to drive the thing and them, fixing or, giving me what I'm asking out of the car, later in a run or early in a run if that's what I'm asking. But
yeah.
10 out of 10 times they know which path to go down.
And since you're usually on the other side of that, sometimes what they see and what you're feeling aren't necessarily the same thing. True?
Yeah, it can be. Yeah, and me and my father raced together for a lot of years, and we went through that. He's like, "Well, I think it looks tight," and I'm like, "I'm telling you, I'm sideways." And he goes back to watch the videos, and he's like, "Yeah," he's like,
okay.
You were right," but it's a different view from what I see from behind the wheel. So
yeah.
But I think we've meshed really well, and Jimmy sees a lot of times, he's got an idea of what the car's doing before I even get back.
Yeah, and back in the day, if you were racing, you built the car with them. So I imagine that gives him an incredible advantage as far as being able to tell you exactly what you need to know at that point, because he built the car. He knows what it's going to do.
Yeah, a lot of years and a lot of time spent building this car here, along with all the cars that he's built. So a lot of times he's got us a game plan or a general idea of what to expect before we even leave the shop.
Of course, it's September. This is the time of year when people start to think ahead. Are you looking at next year in any capacity at all, or are we just going one race at a time and see how it goes?
We'll play it over the winter. We're just worried about winning the last 2 races here and hopefully head to Caraway. So we're full steam ahead and try to finish the season out strong.
Have you been to Caraway?
I have not.
Okay, because I hear good things about it, and you're in that circle, so I imagine you probably heard a lot too, right?
Yeah, it looks like a really nice race.
Yeah, November 8th and 9th, I believe, right? All right. Well, good to finally meet you in person. I've talked to Tyler many times on the phone, so I hope you have a good time today, seriously, and maybe I'll talk to you after the race tonight.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.